Hi, this is a short introduction to Solo Element, which are my solo rules for the Elemental RPG. So, Elemental is based on opposed dice rolls. So, you roll a d6 plus your tribute and any skill, and the Game Master rolls a d6 plus any difficulty, and so they are randomly rolling a target number for you to beat with your, skill plus attribute plus dice. Now, I started off solo playing Elemental using that opposed role, but I found it slowed down play a lot, especially if you're using the basic yes/no tools for controlling foes in combat. You want to know, do they advance? So you roll a quick question, but you end up rolling kind of one dice to find your target number and another dice to get the yes/no then based upon what your target number is. But Elemental has another game mechanic which they call a kind of a tribute check, where you roll two dice and multiply them together. So if you roll two ones, that's 1. If you roll two sixes, that's 36. If you roll a 3 and a 4, it's 12. Now, having a set target number and just rolling two dice and multiplying them gives you quite a nice spread of possible outcomes, and it's actually much faster. So I've taken their attribute roll rather than their opposed d6 rolls as my core mechanic. Now, so this is that is an F-18 Hornet or Super Hornet, and the reason that's on the cover is because when I play these games and build the rules, I like to kind of create a character, then set up a campaign, and then set up an adventure, and use all the rules actually in play, and then I can evolve my rules. And for this one, I wanted to play a kind of Top Gun type scene, and now although that's obviously a Swiss aircraft, that kind of reminded me of the Top Gun Maverick. The scene where they're coming out of the if you've seen the film, they dive into a kind of a bowl and then come out of the top in a roll, and it kind of reminds me of that. So right, so what you actually get in the rules is just the contents. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of pictures of F-18s. So short introduction to Solo, how oracles work, how my kind of take on Solo all works, and then you get the oracle, and so you get a table of or not a table, a list of possible outcomes. So this is using the two dice, which gives you a result between 2 and 36, and so that's why you've got a range going up to that is kind of below 4 to 30 or higher. And then I'm using and but type modifiers in there. And then I ask the one question and show you the different possible interpretations based upon that example. So then I talk about these, the improvisation techniques. So we've already covered kind of yes and, no and, which is a kind of core of it. But then you've got paint the scene, unnecessary assertions, and three things. And that's a little grab from the actual the elemental rules, which relates to the kind of three things. And there's yet another F-18. And then I'll go into my muses. Now, I cover three kinds of muses. The first one is your classic word prompts, where you roll for words, combine them to produce ideas. Then there's the image props, the game icons. Now, I put all of these tables at the very back of the book, so you're not flicking back and forth. And then there's the next one is what's called a source muse, where in this case I took the movie scripts from Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick, put them all into a Word document, and then I was using the dice to work back and forth through the documents I had. But you could use a book and page numbers. You could use Netflix series and roll for which episode, then roughly how far through the episode, and skip that way. You do the same with DVDs. You can use song lyrics. And so basically, it kind of covers a little bit of how to make a source oracle, what makes a good source oracle and how you work it. Now, by chance, in my game, when I was using it, I actually got the classic kind of Top Gun scene where Goose dies. And kind of I worked that in, not that entire scene, but I took ideas from it to include into my scene. And yeah, so that's all about this source oracles, and there's yet another F18. Then I talk about scenes. I always work in scenes, and the threat level mechanic makes a comeback with this one. Derailed scenes and how you choose them, and then recording scenes and flashbacks. And then I do a little bit about building adventures, kind of building them on the fly, using the prompts and things for that, and then controlling NPCs, using the yes/no oracle to control. Do they attack? Do they retreat? Are they being aggressive? If they attack, which attack do they use? And then I always include a drama dice mechanic in there, and that is actually not an F18. That is a MIG because it's in a bad way. And right, so there's your word prompt tables, 2 tables, which you traverse using the D6s, and then the image prompts at the end there to traverse, which you can traverse using D6s. And that's it. It's 37 pages, including the cover, contents, introduction, credits, that sort of thing. So that's it. Thank you for watching.